dark, cold world out there. There's a time to live and a time for a man to die. There are places for dead men in the earth and the sky. Don't you venture too far now, 'cause you can't come back from the place where the good guys always dress in black. When you go to the old saloon at the dead South End, gonna find you a man there wants to be your friend. If you dare to deny his wish, you'll be dead by dawn. So give him a drink and a smile and then move right on.
This episode is about the Ott Hotel in Liberty, Texas. Built to accommodate the many passengers from the Texas and New Orleans Railroad, the Ott Hotel thrived during Liberty's prosperous oil boom days. When large oil fields were discovered in the Liberty area in the 1920s, many people flooded the town that soon began to expand. Restaurants, hotels, and other businesses began to pop up in the town. The old hotel was built by John and Sally Ott. Adjacent to the railroad tracks, it was first called the Drummer Hotel for the traveling salesmen of the day. The hotel originally had 50 rooms built in an L-shaped design. It provided community baths in the middle of the long hallways. The large painted sign beckoned many of the travelers to the two-story brick building. The prominent 4-bay front porch was welcoming to the weary travelers as they sat and watched the traffic flow by. The hotel was continually operated by the Ott family until 2002, when Kelly and Susan McCain bought the building and began restorations. They worked to restore the old hotel to its original 1928 appearance. This included 10-foot ceilings, wooden floors, and many of the original furnishings. The lobby still has its original front counter, hotel registers, and a number of artifacts, including many photographs. Perhaps it was the remodeling that stirred things up, but soon they began to experience many disturbances in the old hotel. Doors slamming by themselves, sounds of phantom heavy footsteps, and loud knocking. Guests and staff have often heard a man and a woman talking in a heated argument in an empty room. However, when the door is opened, nothing but silence. They say it takes tragedy to keep a spirit locked on this plane, and the Ott Hotel has had plenty of that. In fact, there have been as many as 9 deaths in this hotel down through the years, and there appears to be a relationship between the departed and the lingering spirits that give the Ott Hotel its reputation as a spot of supernatural activity. Now, the McCains knew nothing of this spirit activity when they bought the historic hotel. Perhaps the spirits were in limbo until the renovations began. But since most of this activity is non-threatening, they have learned to live with it. The most common activity are the large number of floating orbs, often caught on film. The Ott's hotel guests and others see these frequently. They are seen in several sizes, hues, and tones. Sightings of these orbs are a regular event in the hotel. So are the angry voices in the middle of the night. 2 men and a woman can be heard in a heated argument, and when this noise is investigated, no one is there. These are supposedly the voices of a couple by the name of Anna and Joshua. In the fall of 1930, Anna was having an affair at the Ott Hotel. Her husband, having heard of it, came looking for her. He knocked on one door after another, looking for Anna. When she finally opened her door, they began to argue immediately. One story tells that a shot then rang out, and Anna and Joshua lay dead on the floor. Another claims that the angry husband and his wife's lover argued and eventually died. It seems even when the top of the second floor is approached, the voices will cease. This is reported to be the site where in November each year on the same day during this fatal quarrel, a gunshot can be heard from the top of these same stairs. Again, when investigated, nothing is found. But the spectral activity doesn't end there. There is a ghost who has been named Bob, who smokes a cigar, and the lingering aroma of it can be often smelled. And the strangest of all is a specter that is seen roaming the hotel. Only the upper half of him can be seen wearing a t-shirt with a skull and crossbones on it. And only the top half of him that is seen is all blue. The Otts have named him the Blue Man. Guests have reported other spectral activity as well. A woman wearing a white nightgown, a tall figure in a black hat and coat, a man dressed in blue, a well-dressed red-headed woman, and multiple dark figures that are glimpsed throughout the old hotel. One guest even reported seeing a spectral man standing at the end of her bed every night she stayed there. So the McCains aren't the only ones to see these ghosts. Part of the hotel was converted to apartments. Residents living in this section of the building are well aware of the strange noises and ghosts and things that go bump in the night. One resident reports that he often hears a knock on his door, and when he investigates, nothing is there. "That'll be Bob," says the resident, who has lived in the hotel for over 12 years. Residents and hotel guests often report strange noises, hearing distant voices, and seeing floating orbs and apparitions that float through the room, often from the corner of their eyes, as well as seeing the mysterious Blue Man ghost. When Hurricane Rita caused residents to flee their coastline, some took up residence in the Ott Hotel until they could return home. One couple, while using their cell phone, was calling their friends and relatives to let them know that they were alive and safe. Suddenly a ghost appeared directly in front of them. A woman figure floated for a moment and then disappeared. Quickly they grabbed their cell phone and snapped a photo of the ghost. They ran downstairs to tell the owners what they had experienced and that they had a photo of her. But in pulling up the photo on their cell phone, they discovered the phone no longer worked. No photo, no ghost. They talked for a while, and because it was so late, decided to talk more about it in the morning. But when morning came, the couple was nowhere to be found. They had packed up and left during the night. Recently, a paranormal group from Louisiana did an investigation of the Ott Hotel. The plan was to stay 2 or 3 nights, but after only one night, they too left, claiming that after the first night they already had enough film, audio, and electronic recordings to keep them busy for quite a while. They said that the place is very haunted and restless, but the residents could have told them that. The historic hotel has seen many famous people during its existence. Such guests as Bob Wills, Roy Rogers and Dale Evans, Roy Acuff, and Governor Price Daniels have been visitors. Trains still pass by the Ott Hotel. If you're thinking of visiting this historic and ghostly hotel, call early. There are only 5 actual hotel rooms. But be aware, the rooms don't have televisions, clocks, computers, phones, or even restrooms. You have to go down the hall if you're looking for a bathroom. This historic hotel that once housed many of the travelers during the heyday of the oil boom now houses many living residents. But they aren't the only ones living there. Well, maybe living is the wrong word. The many eerie ghostless residents that also reside there have refused to check out. This is JC. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Legends of Texas. Please subscribe so you can be notified when a new episode will be posted. And please feel free to comment and give this episode a like. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.